am so excited because I just published my first Christmas book. One of the things I did in there was I taught hand poses to make a tune easier to learn. And I just sat down and learned a tune out of the book that would have taken me a couple of weeks. And I learned it in about 15 minutes. I mean, roughly learned it. And this is what it looks like. It's I saw 3 ships, and the hand poses, there's a copy of each one of the tunes in here in several keys, and also without hand and fingering, and also with, so that you can have a clean sheet and you can mark your own stuff, or you can use this. But like there are different ones like the lantern holding man, I'll show you in a minute, and the downward skinny man waving. Anyway, sort of wacky names, but once you get them, you don't have to have all this music theory background, and you don't think of notes, you think of shapes. So I'm just going to show you how I learned this piece so quickly. Here we go. So here's the first part of the tune and what it sounds like. One of the reasons that was easy is that all I did in the left hand was 1/5/8, which I usually, lots of times I will arrange an entire tune for double strung that way, because it sounds interesting because you're interweaving it with the right hand. So that was just a 1/5/8, but it was delayed. I also arranged this with just fifths in the bass for a more novice player. It's also beautiful. Let's see. Here's how I learned it so quickly with the hand poses. I'm just looking at the sheet. The first hand pose is a 4th, so that's basically 4 strings apart. I know you can't see it quite as well on the screen because it's a double, but I'll just describe it. So it's a G and a C. So that's how I start it. And there are little exercises in the book so you quickly learn these hand poses. Like for 4ths, you could just make yourself a little exercise or follow the one in the book. So I've got 4th, you could go, and then, so that your brain starts to get that position. And you can squeeze the strings. That teaches your muscles how far apart they are. And you can bring your hand away just 1/4 of an inch and bring it back, not even plucking, just so that you eventually will get it farther and farther away. It'll come right to those strings. So then your body learns how to do that spacing. Okay, so that would be the first exercise. Then I do a lantern holding man, starting on a C. So lantern holding man is 3 strings in a row, and you imagine that it's a man facing you because he's got the like I'm doing a C, D, E. The seam of his jeans is there, the other seam of his jeans is there, and then in the middle is his zipper. So you can see both seams of his pants and his zipper. C, D, E in this case. Then you skip a string, put your thumb up higher. So in this case it's a G. That's the lantern that he's holding. So he's a lantern holding man. Then you can make another exercise of the lantern holding man. This one on C, D, E, G. And it's this rhythm in this tune. You can make an exercise of that. I'm starting these on a colored string. So C, D, E, G, colored string again, F, G, A, C. It's to see my lantern holding man. I see his jeans and his zipper. I see his lantern up here. So you can make an exercise out of that. Okay, so I've just do a fourth. Okay, the next one is a downward skinny man waving. And that's going to come from that G to the E and the D. The E and the D are a skinny man. So you can't even see the zipper in his pants. He's so skinny. You just see the seams. Those are his two skinny little legs. And he is waving. So he's holding his hand up here. You skip a string, he's holding his hand up. So waving. So put your skinny man on the D and the E. That's his two skinny legs. And then he's waving. His hand is up. So that's going to be the G. So play that down. You can get that shape making a scale of it. And again, this is in the book too. Now the cool thing is this is the lantern holding man. And then the downward skinny man has the same note at the top, a G. So I'm not even going to let go of that, and I'm going to place on the skinny body of the guy as I pluck that. So fourth, lantern holding man, and I'm going to do that top note, but I'm going to go ahead and place on the skinny legs. It's really cool because the skinny man is almost coming all the way down onto the same shape, except you're just coming down onto two notes. So the lantern holding man is C, D, E, and G that I'm going to do, and this one is G, E, D. So you can actually just make a exercise for yourself of going. Together, the lantern holding man and the downward skinny man waving. See, I never came off of that thumb until I placed on the skinny legs. So you can practice that. And one way you can practice it is to place before you should place. Sort of get your brain used to it. So far you've got, and you can place on that F, because now you're going to do a pincher pose. So a pincher pose is where your top two fingers are right next to each other. Then there's a space and the next one. So it's kind of like you're pinching the lint off of your shirt, or you're pinching a clay pot to make it shaped. So you can do that as an exercise, blocked or a little scale. Okay, so you're doing, and then place on the F. Now place on the C and the E to make the pincher pose, and play the F. Try that. Now you're going to do a third. That's just 3 notes apart. C and E are a third. You can do an exercise for yourself so that your hand memorizes the spacing of a third. You always place both fingers at the same time. You're never hunting around doing like that. It's so much easier if you place them. Place. Place. Okay, so in this one you're placing, but you're going to swing these fingers down into a hello downward triad. So a hello downward triad is like, this is a G triad. I'm going to put fingers 4, 3, and 2. Usually for a triad it's 3, 2, 1. For this, because you have to have a hand up here to say hello, you put this on the triad. So 4 is on a G, 3 is on a B, and 2 is on a D. That's a G triad. To make it say hello, I also put my thumb just one string up. So if I played this upwards, it would be triad, and that wave, hello. But when I play it downwards, it's... So here's what we're going to do. Now I'm placing on the third, and before I play the top of the third, this is already kicked out, and it's going to place on that triad just below the hello. Then I played the whole thing. So you can practice just placing that. Now you can practice combining the two. And when you have the music, it'll be easy. You can actually get this music in all of its forms, and the book is 120 pages. I can send it to you immediately. Just email me, and I'll tell you how to do it, and I'll email you the PDF of the book.